do or die day on Sunday, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have, liked to be in a, slightly more advantageous position, but it is what it is. Life is what it is. You got to just keep after it.
Brian, how much of this week is it about just a team playing well, regardless of who you play, and playing the sound way as opposed to playoffs or whatnot?
Well, if I understand that question right, we are going to continue to train the same way we have. We believe in our process. We believe the way we train. Results have been good. Obviously, the last two haven't been what we wanted, but we still believe in the process. So today was a regen, get the young guys, the guys didn't play, a little bit of work, and then the next 3 work days will be tactics, work, and getting them sharp for Sunday.
Has there been any word on the amount of games that Ozzy was going to be suspended?
No word on that yet. We're hoping, keeping our fingers crossed.
Coach, do you have any updates on the plethora of injured players, Brad, Olex, Nelson?
Yeah, I'd let you guys know more at the end of the week. We're trying to get them all, obviously, all healthy. So I'll know more towards the end of the week.
How does it feel to be in a very similar situation as last year, where needing results again in the playoffs and again hosting RSL?
How does that feel? Well, I guess the word I used yesterday was determined. I think everybody's determined. The players are determined. I think the film session in the morning went well. So we'll just get back up on the horse and make sure that we prepare the team well. And then they're going to have a big crowd on Sunday to hopefully get us a win.
Chad Marshall specifically, I noticed he wasn't out here today. Do you have any more update on his status?
Well, neither was Ladero or Roman or whatever. He's taking a regen day inside. Again, it was just a kick. It wasn't like anything that was like, what happened to Diaz.
Yeah.
So we fully expect him back for the weekend.
Sure. With what happened to Diaz, I know Perea kind of talked about how the referee maybe let things get to a dangerous place. Is that a view that you share as well, even though it wasn't your guy that got injured but the other side?
Well, on that play, Tyrone did not cause that injury. I mean, the kid stepped backwards and, injuries happen. It's part of the sport. So I think it's a little unfair for, any one of their...
Nice. Good time.
It's the sound of freedom.
That's right. Fair enough.
It's the sound of freedom, so we'll deal with it, right?
Yes.
The commentary by Oscar, Oscar's a good guy.
Yeah.
Hollington said some things in the press. We let all that stuff go. That's their team, it's their opinion. I felt bad for the kid.
Yeah.
I went after the game and said I'm sorry and shook Oscar's hand, and, he and I are okay. And it's just unfortunate that, a really, really talented player got hurt in the last game of the year. But in no way, shape, or form do we advocate going after their best players. We don't play like that.
Yeah.
We want to play good soccer. I have the same argument when teams would, target Clint or Ladero. But we don't play like that. We'd like to play possession base and make it a better game. We don't want rugby matches.
Do you think the referee could have done a better job in putting a marker down that?
Well, refereeing's hard. It's very hard. And, whatever everybody thinks, the public or whatever, I'm not going to blame any loss on any refereeing or anything like that. We have to do our jobs. They have to do their jobs. We try and do our jobs to the highest possible caliber. And, I'm sure the referees have that same thing. They try and do the job best they can.
Sure.
Being as familiar as you are with RSL, what are some of the key points that you need to work on Sunday?
Well, they're a good team. Morales, Mosifian, they got a lot of weapons. Plata, Ramondo. It's a good team. So no game is easy in this league, especially one that has this much attached to it. So I fully expect them to be in full playoff mode, and we're going to do the same.
Do you think MLS are as black and white versus sort of playoff qualification versus non-playoff qualification? Do you think it's fair that a season can be deemed a success versus a failure, sort of so strictly depending on whether you get in or not?
Well, I think your definition of success is winning the MLS Cup or winning trophies. Yeah, that's the way we look at it. Are we going to be disappointed if that doesn't happen? Yes. Are we realistic enough to know that pro sports, it's difficult to win in pro sports? Yeah, of course we are. But the ultimate goal is always to win the games and win a trophy. So would I deem the season a success if we make it to the playoffs in some ways? Sure. But that's not our ultimate success or our ultimate goal by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all.
Would you consider it a failure if you didn't get in, then? Put another way?
Well, I guess I could answer that the same way I answered the first part of your question. I would consider it a failure if we don't win the MLS Cup. So not making the playoffs is part of that. I mean, this club has always been a winning club. That winning tradition holds true. So yes, we would be disappointed. There's been a lot of adversity and stuff like that. People can make excuses, Matt, but we choose not to. We want to win.
Sure.
Speaking of goals, when you look back at when you first took this job as a head coach, do you feel like with one game left, how much of those individual goals you have achieved?
Well, it's a team sport, and I didn't set a goal for myself to win X amount of games. What I tried to do is just come in and do a good job and help the team win. So in that sense, I think the staff has done a good job. Dave, Ante, Jimmy, and Tommy, they've all done a good job, and we've put the team in a place where we can make it to the playoffs and hopefully make it further into the playoffs and win championships. That's what a coach does. That's our job. So in that sense, yes, I'm proud of the job that we've done at this point, but we certainly would be disappointed and frustrated and all of those adjectives if things don't go our way.
What do you think about Sunday where all the teams are playing at the same time? And there's a couple games that can affect you guys.
I love it. I love it. As a fan, I love it. I think it just adds to the emotion, the heartbreak, the joy. I think it's a great thing. I don't mind it at all.
You gonna be scoreboard watching them at all?
We sure, we're sure, but I love it.